What's up, Mets fans? Welcome back to Talking Mets. Rob, how is everybody doing? Before I get started talking about, is JD Martinez the best option for the Mets, and are they close to signing him? Don't forget, guys, if you enjoyed this video, hit on that like button if you're enjoying my content. Want to see more? Want to get notified when I post my videos and when I go live? You guys know what to do. Hit on that subscribe button, everybody. All right, guys. So we know the Mets need a DH. They need a bat behind Pete Alonso. We know there is two out there that a lot of Mets fans are talking about. That is JD Martinez, that we will talk about in this video, and Justin Turner, that we spoke about a week or two ago, but it has been very quiet on the Turner front. And now we're hearing, according to John Heyman of the New York Post, in his article, that the Mets are now eyeing JD Martinez. Now, I do think the reason for that is that I think JD Martinez is probably going to get a one-year deal, which is more up the Mets' alley right now. And I think Justin Turner is looking for a multi-year deal, 2-year deal. And I think the 1-year deal is probably safer than the 2-year deal of Justin Turner, even though most of you know I do like the Justin Turner role for the Mets a lot more. JD Martinez is not too far behind on my list of guys that I would have, and I'd be perfectly fine with JD Martinez being the everyday DH. Now, he does have a couple of concerns. We know about the back injury for JD Martinez. That is a concern. He only played 113 games last year, as we will look more into his stats in a little bit. He is 36 years old. He will be turning 37 in August. So that's a little bit of concern, but he is a couple of years younger than Justin Turner. But the problem with JD Martinez and the concern that I have with the Mets, especially with the big question mark of third base right now, Justin Turner can be that versatile guy where, yes, he can DH mostly, but can step in a couple of times during the year at third base if Brett Baty or Mark Vientos doesn't turn out to the players that we expect them to be at third base. There's not a lot of confidence with third base with those two guys, and Justin Turner, the veteran that he is, could play a decent amount of third base, and that's why I like Justin Turner, why I wouldn't mind going 2 years for Justin Turner. But where the Mets are looking here is low risk, high reward, 1-year deal. There is no bad 1-year deal, and JD Martinez is probably going to get a 1-year deal around probably $15-16 million, and I think the Mets are be willing to do that. But again, he'll be majority of the DH. He played a few games in the outfield, could play first base, but I don't think the Mets signing JD Martinez are looking at him to play right field, which will be occupied by Starling Marte, and Pete Alonso is going to play the majority of the games. So I don't see JD Martinez playing much at all on the field. So he would be just a DH. And again, he only played 113 games. He put up ungodly numbers in those 113 games. Now, would it be nice for him to repeat that? Absolutely. But the issue that I have is the versatility role. If you're going to get guys on 1-2-year deals, you need a little bit of versatility. I know a lot of people are going to be going against that and saying, hey, we just need that big bat. Absolutely. But when it comes to that, and at times you need that extra guy on the field, JD Martinez is probably not going to be providing that as much as you probably would like. And the way David Stearns has been working here, he likes guys with versatilities. The guys that he brought in are versatile, play multiple positions. Now, he could just be looking for the DH bat, and then that solves the problem. And you wouldn't have to really worry about where JD Martinez is going to play on the field as the versatility factor. But he's going to bring that DH factor, that big bat factor that the Mets have been missing for a couple of years now, and it's been outright a disaster at DH. And they just need somebody to solidify that position, and you worry about the other positions, the third base, the left field, somewhere else. But if you can focus on that big bat and he'll be your predominantly DH, I think we can go a long way in saying that Pete Alonso is finally going to get the protection he deserves. So let's look at JD Martinez's stats, especially last year. Again, he only played 113 games, where in 2022 and 2021, he played 139 and 148, but only 113 games. But in those 113 games, he had 33 home runs, 103 RBIs, while batting 271. He had 34 walks. He had just under 150 strikeouts with an OPS of 893 and a slugging of 572 with an on-base percentage of 321. You can't mess around with the numbers and say, well, I wouldn't give JD Martinez a one-year deal. That is just insane. There is no way I can complain about these numbers if he provides that. And I also put the 2024 projections on Baseball Reference, what they put, and they see it like this, right? They don't give you the amount of games, but I'm going to say with those numbers, I'm going to go around 120 games. So if he plays 120 games, his batting average is around the same at 260 with 76 RBIs and 22 home runs. Now, that's 11 home runs less, almost 30 RBIs less. And that's what concerns me. That is a huge loss of production in overall numbers if you believe the projections. Again, can he be better than that? Absolutely. I can assure you his 2023 projections, because of his 2022 numbers, were probably a lot less. I mean, he basically doubled his RBIs and home runs in a year from 2022 to 2023, and he played 28 more games, 28 less games. So that's the way I see it when it comes to JD Martinez. Again, I'm not looking for him to hit 30 home runs and 100 RBIs. If he does that, well, the Mets offense is going to be a lot better than a lot of people expect. But if he hits 26 home runs with 85 to 90 RBIs, that is something that the Mets have not had at all at DH. And that's where you're going to have to look when you're looking at JD Martinez. And why I think if I had to choose between JD Martinez and Justin Turner, I know Justin Turner is going to want a multi-year deal, and JD Martinez is probably only going to get that one-year deal. Justin Turner is a run producer. He doesn't need to hit home runs to get that runs in. He's a gap-to-gap guy. He's a guy that puts the bat on the ball, doesn't strike out a lot. That is something that Justin Turner does very, very well. JD Martinez, you're relying on that power. If he doesn't have that power, those RBIs go drastically down. As you can see in 2022, only 16 home runs with 62 RBIs. If he doesn't hit home runs, those runs are not coming in. And that's what I worry about with JD Martinez. And he's playing in a bigger ballpark in Citi Field, which you just assume that the numbers of home runs would go down than in Chavez Ravine. And that is something that I worry about with JD Martinez. If he doesn't hit home runs, the run production is just not there for him, along with the back injury and him turning 37 years old. I know Justin Turner is a bit older, but he's a guy that is a bat-the-ball contact type of guy that is a gap-to-gap hitter. Justin Turner doesn't need home runs to be a run producer. JD Martinez does. Now, again, I will not be mad if the Mets signed Justin Turner to a one-year deal. You could do a lot worse. You know, we had the JD Davises of the world. We had the Dominic Smiths, the Vogelbacks, the Ruffs. So sick of those guys. Any one of those two guys in Martinez and Turner is going to be an upgrade. It's just a matter of what does this team need? 1, protection for Pete Alonso. 2, run production. And possibly 3, versatility, which Davidson shows he likes. But JD Martinez, best option for the Mets at DH? Let me know in the comments, guys, what you think. If JD Martinez is where you would go and not Justin Turner, and do you think he can replicate what he did in 2023? I don't think he can, and I think you're relying more on the home run ball with JD Martinez to get that run production. If you don't hit those home runs, if his home runs drop like they did in 2022, that's where you're going to have a concern. Because if he only hits 15, 16 home runs, those RBIs are dropping a lot, and you need run production at that 5th spot in the lineup. And I think Justin Turner can provide that a little bit more than JD Martinez. But hey, if you can get JD Martinez, you can do a lot worse. Let me know in the comments, guys, what you think. Should the Mets sign JD Martinez? According to John Heyman, they're eyeing him, and it's been very quiet on the Turner front for the New York Mets. Once again, guys, if you like this video, hit on that like button. If you enjoy my content, want to see more, want to get notified when I post my videos and when I go live, you guys know what to do. Hit on that subscribe button, everybody. Let me know in the comments. JD Martinez, best option at DH for the New York Mets. I want to thank you guys for watching. And as always, Met fans, let's go Mets.